Hello there, I'm the Star Wars Kid. Hello there, I'm the Star Wars Kid, and I just watched the season finale of The Mandalorian, and I gotta say, this episode was freaking amazing. From start to finish, I was in it. I was like, this is Star Wars. This was amazing. Now, I do have to say, beginning of Mandalorian Season 3, I was really into. The first episode I thought was okay. Second episode was like, heck yeah, this is amazing. Third episode, I was like, okay, this is now a side quest, but I'm sure we're going to get somewhere. And then, I gotta be honest, episodes 4, 5, 6, I was like, okay, like, I like parts of this, but I'm waiting for the real meat of the story. And 7 was getting there, but 8, this one was really there. I feel like it would have been like cool if they combined 7 and 8 to make it one big thing, because it really did combine together, but then it would have been like 2 hours, but I would have been okay with that. I feel like it would have been more epic if they had combined it. But I thought this episode like didn't compare to any of the other episodes. Like, this episode was really, really good. I don't know if it's my favorite Mando episode of all time. It's definitely my favorite Mando episode of the season, but there was so much good stuff about it. Let's start with Din Djarin. My man is back. Din Djarin. One of my biggest complaints about the season was about how Din took a back seat this season, primarily to Bo-Katan. But like, they actually like made Din a badass. You know, he was doing some really cool stuff. You know, he was fighting the Praetorian Guards. He was fighting Moff Gideon. And I mean, like, listen, those guys are tough opponents, and he was kind of holding his own. He did have to get saved by Bo-Katan at one point, which I was like, oh man, like, Bo-Katan's saving him again, like, because Bo-Katan like has saved him like 1,000 times this season. But then like Din ended up saving her, so I was like, okay, that's all right. But like, yeah, like anytime Bo-Katan saves Din, it's just like, it's like the same thing all the time. Because Din's our main character, we don't want to see him get saved by the same person over and over and over. Like, you know, like, obviously, like, you know, I don't want him to be overpowered, which he wasn't, but like, to get saved over and over by Bo-Katan was like, it was pretty cool seeing Bo-Katan with the darksaber. I will say that was sick, seeing her lead with the darksaber. It actually wasn't the episode. I really don't feel like was focused too much on Bo. She really had, looking back on it, it was really Din's episode. Bo didn't really have that much to do. She fought some people, and then she fought Moff Gideon with the darksaber. But other than that, like, she wasn't really like, there wasn't like any like real. It was a lot of action, which I was fine with, because I thought, you know, it was very well. I thought episode 5, when the pirates invaded Navarro, that was a lot of action, and I wasn't really into that. I was just like, I was like, it's just action, that's it. But this one, I felt like there was more stakes, so that's why I was into it, even though it was a lot of action. But Bo wasn't like, I don't know, wasn't too much with her. So I was glad that they finally gave Din an episode, and they made Din a focus. And Baby Yoda, Grogu, was incredible. I love the decision to have him in the IG-11 suit. That was a brilliant decision on the writers, because originally I was like, you're bringing IG-11 back? Why would you bring IG-11 back? I wasn't too cool on that, because IG-11 sacrificed himself. He did a sacrifice, and I thought it was very meaningful. So to bring him back would have been like kind of like defeat the purpose. But the way they brought him back as a vessel for Grogu to use, and then, you know, the yes, no, like, you saw more personality from Grogu, and I thought he was really good. I was so scared when the Praetorian Guards were coming after him. I was really nervous at that point. And when he was using the Force, that was amazing, and especially that scene with the fire, when he was like stopping the fire, that was pretty amazing. Moff Gideon, I think, was wasted this season. I think Moff Gideon was very poorly used. Giancarlo Esposito is an amazing actor, probably one of the best actors on the show, and to have him only in the last 2 episodes is a disgrace. There was so much there with the cloning, and we didn't see too much of that. And I thought, you know, you should have had him play more of a prominent role throughout the season. But now he's gone. Is he dead? I don't know. Probably not. because, you know, I don't like in season 2 he got arrested and nope, just kidding, like he escaped. Season 3, oh, he's dead. Nope, just kidding, like he's gonna probably be alive in season 4. It's like, it's the same thing where the villain, you don't really see them die and it's like they come back or something. I'm like, So I really hope they utilize him more in the next season. We didn't see anything with Dr. Pershing or with Lane in this episode, which I was surprised about. I thought it would tie more in. I thought we were going to see, you know, Bo like ride the mythosaur or something. At the end, we just saw a shot of the mythosaur. That was it. Din adopted Grogu as a son, which was a nice moment. That was very sweet. I mean, I already considered him to be his son, but like they kind of made it official. The ending, I thought was like, I liked how Din went to the New Republic and was like, you know, like I think Din working with the New Republic is pretty cool. Shows his, you know, character growth. You know, he's gonna be more selective about his jobs, only do the right thing. Like, and now he's helping for good, not helping the bad guys. And I just didn't like how we didn't really get much of a setup for the next season. It kind of ended like with a happy bow. No pun intended, Bo-Katan. Mandalore is now under the rule of the Mandalorians, which I think is cool. But like we didn't like get any cliffhangers. Like, what is next season gonna be about? Like Din on adventures with Grogu. Like, I don't want those side quests all the time, which is probably gonna be a lot of the stuff we get. Like Din and Grogu each episode have to go help the New Republic with something. I'm like, I don't want to see that. I want to see one overlying story, which I think we will, because we still need to see Dr. Pershing again, and Lane, and Moff Gideon can't be dead, and we got to see what happens with the mythosaur. So I mean, okay, so now like upon further reflection, I liked the episode, but I thought the ending was had some questionable decisions. This season of Mandalorian wasn't my favorite. I liked season 1 and 2 a lot better. Season 2 I thought was amazing. Season 1 was amazing. Season 3 I thought, well, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It wasn't the best. I hate to say that, because I mean it should be getting better and better every season, but I know I'm not the only one with that opinion. But you know what? I enjoyed this episode, even though I can't really say it left me too excited for the future. I don't know what's really going to happen. And it's like, you know, season 2, they ended it with Grogu being taken by Luke, and then like look where that went. Like, we just saw them reunite in the first episode of season 3. Like, it was like they reunited in the Book of Boba Fett show. So it's like, I don't know. The show is a little on and off. But overall, I love Baby Yoda. I love Din. Pedro Pascal didn't take off his helmet. Din Djarin didn't take off his helmet once this whole season, which surprised me. It's like, for all we know, Pedro Pascal was never in the suit. We don't know that. So that surprised me a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I thought like when Din Djarin was being taken away in the end of episode 7, I thought like they were going to take off his helmet and, you know, see his face. And no mention of Paz Vizsला's death. Like, what the heck, man? I don't know. Overall, I loved it. Certain things I had issues with, but overall, I enjoyed it. It was a fun episode, but yeah, I would say they didn't necessarily utilize their story to the best potential. So I had fun. I enjoyed it, but like missed opportunities, which I will probably, you know, keep thinking about it, and I might get more like, oh man, like I wish they would have done this, but you know what? It is what it is, and hopefully we can get some more epic content that will please us. And yeah, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section below. What did you think about the Mandalorian season 3 finale? This is the way. Din Djarin. That was my impression of the armor. Yeah, it's kind of gotta work on it. Love you all. See you guys next time on the Star Wars Kid. Until then, remember, do not. There is no try. Bye, guys.